Folks.
How the hell we doing?
Folks.
Coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York.
Look where we are. We're in Brooklyn.
Crack Kizzo-Kane.
You could tell because of all the Brookline.
Yeah. It's fucking, it's pretty dope. We've been doing lots of reading.
We've been doing lots of reading. What do we got there to read? We got Piece of Cake by a person. We got
Elie Wiesel.
Oh, well, no, I feel like an asshole. It's not by Elie Wiesel. It's literally by a person named Cupcake Brown.
Yeah, Cupcake Brown.
Which makes it all the less rude for comparing it to Elie Wiesel.
Can you hear me? Does it sound clear?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No, for some reason, no.
Right.
Oh, you know why? It's on backwards. Which I swear I didn't do.
Oh, you bastard. I knew something sounded off. I was like talking and then I'm like, shit, it's from when I broke the glass before. I broke the microphone.
Are we restarting or is it breaking?
No, we're just...
Oh, wow.
How the hell you doing?
There she is.
There it is. Oh.
I forgot that there was a front and back. I thought I did that correctly, though, but maybe I was high on drugs.
Drugs. Classic drugs.
Well, this is a first. Actually, no, fuck, we broke our first. I thought today was going to be a first where we were totally sober for the podcast because we were originally supposed to do it at 5 the second I got off of work.
Yeah.
But plans changed. It's a Wednesday. Joey D is going to Texas. Joey D is going to Texas this weekend, so we're going to have to pre-record the episode. So I had to, coming to Brookline, where I was coming anyway. We were going to see a friend's stand-up show. But now it's
shout out Dean David.
11:30 at night. I have had some drinks. I think Joey's had some drinks. So the tradition has continued.
Yep.
And we're not sober for this.
We're going 6 episodes straight. We're crushing life. But yeah, so went to go support the buddy Dean David tonight.
Dean David.
Aggressively Chill Comedy.
Yeah, great time.
Show in Brooklyn.
Everyone was super funny.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of these stand-ups perform before. Yeah, guys, I guess we should say, when you first met us, I think we were just getting ready to do our first open mic. And now, not that we're deep into the scene by any means, but I will say this. We've got some shows under our belt. I think Joey and I have at least gone 4 or 5 times now, gotten up on stage to do it.
Yeah, nice handful. And starting to feel comfy.
Feeling comfy. It's fucking addicting. The adrenaline rush is amazing. You could really work shit out. And I think one thing that me and Joey and all of our friends that have come out to see us have said that's just glaringly obvious is like the people in this community are so fucking nice and so fucking cool.
They're really dope.
I don't know if it's like we're coming from a bad perspective, like from, film and acting world where people have big egos or a bit dicks, or I don't know what the case is. I just expected people to be like, go fuck yourself. But everyone, they talk after the shows. They're very open to meeting you, telling you like how you can improve at comedy. It's really been a fucking awesome experience.
Yeah, it's been a really great time meeting a lot of cool people. We're gonna be having a lot of them as guests, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
and just
they're probably
they're
the
all
best people
a lot
to
of them
have
are
on.
hosting their own shows, doing shows. So there's a lot of stuff to do in New York if you're in the area and you want to watch some live comedy. So
it's fun for everyone.
Great stuff.
I mean, literally, a lot of these shows are free, and at least half, I don't know, half's a big number, but at least like 3 or 4 of these, especially the kids that we've been talking to, are like fucking funny. And you're getting to see them at the start of their career, and it's free. Like, it's fucking awesome, truthfully.
Go out and enjoy
it's
it.
Like the only thing that makes
up.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes me excited to come to New York, truthfully.
Yeah, it's been a really great time. But leaving the show tonight, man.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna rain. It was a little rained out.
Yeah,
I mean, we dodged the rain, but the streets were wet. We were in fucking God knows where, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The lights were like neon beating off the fucking wet pavement.
Yeah, literally just shining off the pavement. It was real. It was like some Nightcrawler type vibes tonight. I love
Nightcrawler. I love that movie. It's a good movie. When I first saw that movie, I was like, I see a lot of myself in this guy.
Lou Bloom.
I
wonder if he's related to Jim Bloom.
I've heard this from Jim's family that they originally approached him to do a movie about his life called Daycrawler. about
Right,
a
where
guy
he goes
just
to
hitting,
hunt for deals.
hitting the streets, hitting deals, and they kind of just botched his, his whole thing, turned it to a different character, really went down a different path.
That's fucked up. You
Yeah.
can't do a guy. You got to do a guy like that justice. You can't do him dirty.
Yeah, I feel like we brought this up when like we were talking about why there's no cool serial killers in New York anymore, but like I feel like people are all Lou Bloom now.
Yeah, we were saying that people are Lou Bloom because when you think about the movie Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Lou Bloom. He's kind of an outcast. He's a loner, and he really gets off on capturing the news. He wants to start getting into that world, and so he's capturing all these crimes, horrible deaths, horrible tragedies, and he's not intervening. He even manipulates some of them and like makes for better TV with it. And that's kind of what everyone does nowadays.
Like if you saw someone getting beat to death in the street or getting like, murdered, your first instinct would be like, let me get this on fucking camera, which is a good thing sometimes, like
yeah,
evidence and whatnot. And but like if you're seeing someone, like there's certain situations where you're like watching the video and you're like, why isn't anyone doing anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like why
Yeah.
is there's like two guys like beating the fuck out of each other in the street with bricks. Why doesn't anyone be like, hey guys?
Or like a little old lady's just getting pummeled by some dude.
Yeah, and everyone's
you're
like,
just
oh shit.
Everyone's like, oh shit, world star.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's not good. Lou Bloom embodies the American spirit.
At the moment, that is.
Yeah, at the moment, not overall.
What else is going on, Joe? You ever
Ever what?
fuck my wife?
I knew it. I kind of got nervous because when the camera's on and the mic's in front of you, you kind of got to tell the truth, I guess. I don't know.
Did I ever explain the fuck my wife story? I don't know why it's become my
Well, yeah,
catchphrase.
your wife. All right,
Well,
it's pretty easy.
she's a loose woman, that gal. And I love her to death. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to leave her, even though she's committed multiple infidelities.
But tell us the story?
Well, the real story is this, and I don't want to get too into it because names need to be protected, but I will name one name, and it's Mark Levine. Because he fucked my wife. Now, the true story behind this whole joke, I guess I feel like if I say it, but it's going to ruin the illusion of my comedy. But, the listeners that listen to us, they deserve the deep cuts, correct?
Yeah, the hardcore 40 that show up every week.
So my good friend Mark is like a very, not innocent kid, but like, just not the type of person to actually go and fuck your wife. I don't think he would ever do that. If he did, like, good for him,
Yeah.
Also, I'm not married. But, we worked at a restaurant together for quite some time. And it was, a great restaurant to work at in your college years. We were delivering and, hosting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big old squad of us having a great time, making a little scratch to pay for the drinks on the weekend. And there was it's one of those places where all of a sudden, like, it's a bunch of high school or college kids working there. And then all of a sudden there's this grown man there, right? And it's like, for whatever reason, people that know this in the delivery game, it'll be a bunch of high school and college kids, but inexplicably there'll be a guy that's like 45 years old that is also delivering and making $20
Scratch.
Like you are, yeah. Like $25 and then, $50 in tips was a great night for me. Because that lasts me the week, you know what I mean? $20 to gas, $15 for Jewel Pods, $40 to go buy, a 16-pack
Some
of White
booze.
Claw. Yeah, exactly. But this guy's there, and this guy that we happen to be working with, I've worked with a lot of guys like that are pieces of shit, and you're like, all right, I get it. You're like an alcoholic or something. This guy this particular guy, super nice guy. So overtly nice that we thought it was an act. We're like, this guy's fucking with us.
Yeah,
like,
he's killed people.
There's no one this nice. Yeah, exactly. But we came up with this joke that he was like so nice that he would just let people fuck his wife. And like, who would be the funniest person to let fuck his wife? Mark. So the joke was like, hey, Mark, why don't you come over to my house, make some dinner, you fuck my wife. And like, so we just started making that our private joke. And then we were at a party for the whole restaurant where our boss used to invite customers that he was close with, friends, family, everyone. It'd be like 60 people at this fucking party at the closed down restaurant to celebrate a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's there. We would have like basically unlimited booze, unlimited food. It was fucking awesome. And Mark was there. I was there. My friends were there. And, you know, this guy was going around giving out booze or food. And
His wife.
I don't know. His wife had actually been there that night. And every time he walked away, I'd be like, Mike, go ahead. Mark fucked your wife. Like, I would just say that shit. And then we ended up getting so fucking hammered. We started doing karaoke. And in front of, like, 80 people at this point. Like, friends, parents. Like, so crazy. Just random town members that know my parents. I'm just, like, fucked up off my ass. Like, hey, everyone. Mark fucked my wife, just screaming, and people are like mortified. And like, after that night, it just became, it stuck, you know? So it's like every Instagram caption for the last like 2 years is just like reference that Mark fucked my wife. And it's good fun. I enjoy it.
Dude,
I don't know how Mark feels about it.
No, he likes it probably. It's power. But you brought up karaoke, and it was funny because,
what
it's
is
come.
this? Is this
The American staple?
the American dream?
Is it a wallet?
It's not. It's McDonald's, folks. So go ahead and pop your head in. This is our producer for the night as Joe's out.
Joe
It's
Reyes
Philly
is on
Beavers.
vacation.
Phil Bevers. Is that dope? It's my Royale with cheese. I'm gonna have to take the bun off. Oh, that's yours, dog.
Oh, wow, really?
Thanks, Marty, for making me pay the extra fucking $5 for that.
He's a big combo guy.
Do you love smoking? Are you thinking that your wife is stepping out on you? There's only one option.
3, 2, 1 cigarettes. They're the best cigarette ever, folks. If you're sitting at home and you're reading the daily, you're reading the paper, you're going nuts, you're having some coffee, and you want to take down that wife of yours, you're going to do it with a 3, 2, 1 cigarette, and you're going to feel healthy while you do it.
You just got back from the war. It was crazy. You don't know what you're doing. Sometimes you hear voices in your head. Sometimes you get violent for no reason.
Sometimes you have PTSD of the days when you were a newsie running around telling everyone, buy a paper, buy this one, buy that one, and you just don't want to do it anymore, ladies
Next
and
thing you
gentlemen.
know, you're on the shores of France, storming the beaches, getting shot down by Nazi AA gunners, and you're thinking to yourself, how did I end up here? I'm 16. I was a newspaper boy. What am I doing with my life?
I will tell you how you ended up there. You were smoking Marlboros. You were smoking Lucky Strikes. You were smoking all the cigarettes that you should not be smoking, but the one that you should have and be inhaling.
3, 2, 1 reason, folk, to smoke cigarettes. They're the best. They're toasted. They're clean. They're healthy. They're healthier than the leading brand. Go to your doctor. Go to your physician. He'll tell you, smoke 3, 2, 1 cigarettes, not anyone else, because the other ones are bad for you and can cause lung cancer. These, though, they're great for you. Everyone loves them.
When I was when I was younger, I was a newsie, and when I was around the other newsies, they were all racist. They would smoke Lucky Strikes, and they would scream profanities at women in the street. But newsies nowadays, they have respect. They dyed their hair pink, they're smoking 3, 2, 1, and gee golly, are they respectful. Be those newsies.
3, 2, 1 cigarettes, folks, founded and created by a great man, Kenny Grasbin. He's been working in the industry for years. He's a great boy. Let me tell you something about 3, 2, 1 cigarettes. They're clean. They're healthy. And the reason for that is because the tobacco is harvested in their very own Connecticut. And they're picked hand fresh by Kenny himself. They're great. They're delicious. You can't get enough of them.
And that, folks, is all we got to tell you. If you're not smoking, if you're not inhaling, there's no point. If you're at work, 3, 2, 1. If you're at church, 3, 2, 1. If you're down hanging out with the newsies getting the local paper, 3, 2, 1.
If you're at a funeral, 3, 2, 1.
If you find out your buddy Jimmy has been fucking your wife for months under your nose, well, you stick the knife inside of her and him. You look into their eyes and you say, 3, 2, 1.
You sit there with the blood dripping down of your wife and your best friend, and you light up a smoke of 3, 2, 1 cigarettes.
And it makes you feel healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to go to www.321cigarettes.com/goodcrack, and you're going to use code all the newsies are doing it. For 30%
Smoke
off
'em if
a
you got 'em,
retail
folks.
box. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Take care.
Good night and good evening.
And good morning
And good luck.
to all your family members.
Because you're going to really have a hard time.
Can I go get a fork and knife?
Yeah, I got you. 1 sec.
Fuck. All right, I'll free ball.
I got a good story about karaoke, I gotta tell you.
So folks, yeah, what else has been going on in our lives? Karaoke is great. My preferred karaoke song, I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli, My Way, I don't know. The last time I sang Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, it was for like one of those female or male beauty pageants that sororities put on. And I did it in front of this girl that I liked for a while. Things didn't work out between us, and her friends, were fucking with her during this thing because I was making all the girls' hearts melt. A little "can't take my eyes off of you" type shit, So it was dope. But once again, it didn't work out between us. Things happen. I'm better for it. You know what? I was depressed for quite some time. But you know what? How funny is it that
McDonald's forgot Marty's order.
Did they?
Yeah, those bastards.
Those bastards. All right. So what were you saying? Karaoke? You got stories?
Mm-hmm. So, I was doing some karaoke last week.
Were you really?
Celebrate my boy Big Neek's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And I was laughing at, all the different tiers of it, right? And by that I mean, you have the young guys that come up. They'll sing, some 2000s rap, right? Real fun, or, R&B. Then you have the old Italian guy whose name is always, Tony, Joe, or Bobby, and he stands there, stoic as fuck and just sings Sinatra, Dean Martin, and all the middle-aged women love him. But he barely smiles. Dude, this guy cracked one or two smiles. He was very serious about what he was doing. Then you get a guy like me who gets the Bee Gees going and has to just rip some falsettos for the people. And that's just for the sake of entertainment. And then
everyone knows that you and I do Bee Gees.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna probably release a few Bee Gees records, honestly.
I think we're just gonna cover Bee Gees songs and mildly change the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're that good at it.
Yeah. And do photo shoots like them too. But the last guy was great. Well, actually, no, there's two more guys. There's the one guy who's just wasted off his ass. You can barely hear him on the mic, and he always sings the Eagles. Or something like that. Dude,
like Kish,
shout out to Bill, bro. This guy Bill was fucking hammered.
Who were these people?
He was just a local, a Bayonne local. And but the last guy was one of my favorites. He's rocking a full Giants getup. The Giants are playing that night. They fucking blow it and they lose by a field goal to the Washington football team. And fucking this guy is hammered. Giants lost, and he just goes up and sings New York State of Mind. And we had to join in with him because he just had to get it out. He was stumbling over so many lyrics.
Remember how much fucking karaoke we did freshman year?
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was a weekly thing we just had to do.
This is half a podcast. I'm cracking up. I'm listening to us chew. I'm just yeah, fuck it. This is what you guys get. You get a pre-recorded podcast with McDonald's in the middle of it.
And you watched the YouTube video. You just got to watch me eat a quarter pounder with cheese, with no bun and a fork and a knife.
Keto
kid. Now I'm currently pulling the cheese off it.
What were you saying?
You've probably heard us mention that every day, Friday, Saturday for freshman year, we went to a bar called Malloy's because they served us underage and whatnot. And it was originally a shitty Irish pub karaoke bar, but then me and my buddies found that you can go there and drink underage, so we turned it into a wampin college bar. But there was still a karaoke aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go up to this fucking DJ, request a song. We knew the guy by the end of the fucking thing. We just called him
He was the man. He was a good guy.
Yeah. And me and Joey would just do Electric Avenue every fucking weekend. I would do Grease a lot. It was great. We always did it. We never not did karaoke.
Electric Avenue was such a crowd favorite too.
You know what's funny? I don't remember it that way. I feel like people liked it, but I feel like no one really knew it except us.
No, they don't know it, but it gets the people going.
Yeah. And it would literally just be me and Joey out in the street, ba-da-ba-da.
And I just always think of Pineapple Express.
Yeah, well, we just were doing that. It's
They take that shit to the next level.
I think we would say that in our version.
Gucci Espresso.
Dude, and then we would quote Kishfi from our own hit film, whatever, Ricky's Revenge. And higher than before. You gotta rock down to Electric Avenue. And then you take it higher. Why did we never do Bee Gees back then? I guess we didn't establish the connection.
Yeah, because We got Bee Gees since we were younger, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. What would be the lyrics?
I would love to see Slugworth do karaoke.
Slugworth?
Yeah. You like Slugworth.
Dude, I have been really trying to work Slugworth into my comedy. Can I actually have a fry? I would like a fry.
Yeah,
Just a singular fry. I'll do a little fry ASMR. Hey, everyone, listen to this. It's actually kind of gross to hear back in my own headphones.
It tastes great, though.
You guys all remember Slugworth? If you remember, was he even in like the remake? He wasn't, right? I think they just mentioned him. If you watch the 70s version of Willy Wonka, which I feel like we reference quite often, it's a horrifying movie. It's a strange fucking film.
Yeah.
Gene Wilder's great playing Willy Wonka, but other than that, very fucking odd. They filmed it in like Austria or Germany or something, and it's supposed to be like a shitty American or British town.
They never specify.
Yeah, I know. I actually had to look up where they made it because they never specified. But in that version, Charlie has an American accent, where in the second one, he's got a British. But in that first one that took place or was filmed in the 70s, every kid that wins the golden ticket, you notice all of a sudden this horrifying looking fucking guy pops up out of the shadows, and his name is Slugworth. And you don't really know what the fucking is good with him. You just see him like whispering in the kid's ears. And then all of a sudden Charlie gets the ticket. And literally not 5 minutes after he finds a ticket that's almost impossible to find. Like they document very well in that film how many people are looking for the golden tickets, how many walk-in bars are being sold, what the statistical chances of winning a golden ticket is. 5 minutes later, after winning this fucking thing, and whatever like shithole town he's supposed to be from, Slugworth finds Charlie in a dark tunnel, and he stops
right
him.
away.
This might be
And
before.
he has the knives.
This
He's
no,
selling
that's
knives.
wrong. This is a good call. This is after a week or two before Charlie runs into this guy in front of Willy Wonka's factory selling knives. I don't even know if he was selling them. He was just walking around with a shopping cart full of fucking giant knives.
Dude, I used to watch that as a kid and be like, what the fuck? Who is this
This is
guy?
a kid's movie.
I'm like, is this what hobos are?
Yeah, and all that guy says is, nobody ever goes in, nobody ever goes out. And that's a different, this is fucking, think about the trauma this kid's got to live with. You're just walking down the street one night, helping your mom make fucking laundry soup or whatever it was she did.
Dude,
Singing
I
her
used
song.
to play with my soup and like think of that shit.
I used to think she was making soup, and then I was like, wow, that's a lot of soup. And then I realized like that was just how they did laundry back then. I don't fucking know. Wake up, Charlie. No, it's the lyric.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Cheer up, Charlie. Don't you know all your troubles are a day away? I don't even know if that's the lyrics. That movie's not a musical. Actually, I guess it kind of is.
Yeah, you know what
I was
it
just saying, like,
is?
that's the one song they have, and other than that, it's just imagination and the Loompa Loompas just coming out every time a kid dies.
Yeah, and it's a propaganda machine for bullshit.
Wait, let me get to the Slugworth part, because I know what you're saying.
All right, yeah, get to Slugworth.
But
yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're right.
I know what you're going to say.
I got
'cause it's
passionate
our
for a
hottest
second.
take ever. We've talked about it many times. But my whole point on Slugworth is, finds Charlie 5 minutes after he finds the fucking golden ticket. In fact, he finds all the children that quick. And what he says to him
It's
is
a little strange.
something along the lines of like, my name is Mr. Slugworth. I run a rival candy company. When you go into Wonka's factory, he will show you something called an everlasting gobstopper. It's an unlimited candy, which is not possible, by the way, folks. It's a candy you could suck on forever. It would put me out of business. So what I need you to do is take one, and I will give you this. And he shows Charlie like 100 saving bonds, each valued at like $10,000. And Charlie's like, and then just runs away from him. And then I think it's inclined that like all the other kids were gonna like sell that shit out to Slugworth, but like, and then Wonka lets those children just die. That's their punishment, is they die at this factory. But it's like, is the the message of that whole like interaction that
Don't
like
be a bitch and rat.
yeah,
sell
but
out.
is it that? But it's like don't sell out for candy. Is that what it is? That candy's that important? Like, I love candy. Like this kid's fucking starving. Him and his family live in a one fucking bedroom ramshackle house with 4 old people pissing and shitting themselves all day.
One of them.
And he could have been a millionaire
Mhm.
from Slugworth for selling out candy.
He probably would have died. He wouldn't have lived to see the day.
Yeah, I mean, well, fucking, yeah, Wonka, we would know now that Wonka would have fucking whacked him like he was doing all those other kids with apparently out any legal ramifications.
Wonka was on that mob ties shit.
Yeah, dude, Wonka was like, let me invite a bunch of kids to my factory that are probably going to be rats because they're kids and let them die. Horrible. But yeah,
Nobody
Slugworth,
goes in, nobody comes
yeah,
out.
exactly. My whole point is Slugworth hit me with that deal, I would have been like, dude, fuck yeah, give me that money. I won't even go to the factory. Just give me that cheddar. Fucking candy.
And when Wonka does like the somersault out of the gates, you just pop out from the side and stab him in like his in like
yeah,
his
I'd be
ribs.
like, Slugworth, you give me that much money, I'll fucking end Wonka. I'll
kill
shoot
this
him in
guy.
the fucking face. Slugworth, like, he's supposed to be the creepy one, and I go real hard. I'm like, dude, I'll fucking ice that dude in front of everyone, in front of all the Oompa Loompas. Those guys are fucking 1 foot tall. I'll stop them out.
Those Oompa Loompas will be glad I did it.
I saw a meme the other day that it was like job require. I forgot what it was. It was like job requirements of an Oompa Loompa. It's just like come out and sing every time a kid dies. Like clean up dead children's corpses.
Yeah, dude. I wonder if that was a subliminal message in itself.
I don't know what that would be a subliminal message for.
The fact. Let me put my Q hat on. The factory is Hollywood, man, and the kids become actors and actresses, and they die.
And then you drink their adrenochrome. But yeah, I know what you were thinking, and I couldn't agree more because I've heard you say it, and you're very passionate
Yeah.
about it.
Well, you brought it up. You're like, Charlie could have been a millionaire. He literally lives in a ramshackle fucking
Yeah.
hut.
If you've
And he-
seen that movie, you know Charlie and his family are not well off,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a couple of grandparents he lives with.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe specifically. You know, the rest of his relatives, they do what they can. They're old. They're dying. But Grandpa Joe is the biggest fraud on planet Earth. Fictionally, non-fictionally speaking, whatever.
It's
Complete
a fact,
fraud.
folks.
This
He's a
fucking
piece of
guy,
shit.
this guy was bedridden. He couldn't do a thing. He couldn't work. He couldn't, help Charlie with the laundry. He couldn't do a single goddamn thing because of his damn legs. But the moment Charlie came in with that golden ticket, he gets up. He does a little Irish jig. He's getting wild. Puts on his fedora. Puts on his long
Sings
coat.
a whole fucking song.
Yeah,
Can't get up. Sings. It can't get up for 20 years.
20 years.
They say.
Yeah.
Gets up immediately and does a whole musical number.
Bullshit. Oh, bullshit. This is so exciting and such a big deal that
I
it
got
could
a
cure
golden
someone.
ticket.
Yeah, bullshit.
what's his verse? Yeah. What
His verse should be, "I'm a fucking loser.
Yeah. Dude,
I
she says
lost
they have
all
that
our
whole
money."
they have that whole fucking exchange where the mom's like, he's like, I'll quit smoking tobacco so I could buy Charlie 1 chocolate bar
for Christmas.
for Christmas. That's what his Christmas gift is.
What a piece of shit.
And it's like, thanks, dickhead. You just been ripping fucking Deemster's nicotine.
Yeah, like you're just the guy who's like, kids have no food, but you gotta get that fucking bottle of booze every day.
Yeah, he's literally a piece of shit. And like maybe all of them are, but Grandpa Joe especially, because
Yeah.
I could tell those other guys. So Charlie says,
I like
never.
how they have a Genius page. For
Yeah, I
this
don't know
fucking
how they
song.
even.
What a world.
Charlie, Grandpa Joe, Joe, are you all right? Grandma spoken. He's white as a sheet. Mrs. Bucket. He can't speak. Charlie spoken. Grandpa Joe, say something. Grandpa Joe. Charlie, you and I, we made something out of nothing. You and me, Charlie. We saw things that weren't there. Charlie, you and I. Is this sung in? I think this is supposed to be sung. Wondered how, but never why. Okay, it is a song.
Wait,
Charlie.
you and I, we saw this. Like, is he fucking kidding me?
We saw things that weren't there. Charlie, Grandpa Joe, you didn't see anything because you were fucking chilling in
The
bed.
only thing you saw were your feet popping out from under the covers.
Dude, Charlie had to go fucking dig in a sewer to find whatever silver dollar to get that last Wonka bar, and he was just shoving chocolate down his throat like he'd never fucking eaten before.
Bro. What a fucking low-life
Remember
piece
that?
of
The
shit.
Candyman's like, you're going to have a stomach ache. And I'm like, fuck you, Candyman.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fucking piece
And then
of
he's gonna
shit.
sing a song.
He like makes Charlie pay. And it's like, dude, clearly this kid's poor. And we've watched you feed thousands of children candy already. I think you're all right.
For free.
Yeah, dude, you have a song about you open the movie. The Candyman can, cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that's horse shit.
What is the message of that film?
They just
Win a golden ticket that's almost impossible to find so you could enter a chocolate factory because you love candy so much.
What about
and
another
be
thing?
the only kid not to fucking die?
Dude, what about another
And you
thing?
then you get the factory? What is that the message?
The message is
Is it anti-capitalism? I don't get it.
Probably is.
But was that Roald Dahl's fucking deal? That's the same guy that wrote James and the Giant Peach.
Well, Charlie Bucket is a descendant of Lenin and Trotsky.
Wondered how, but never why. Yes, me and you, Charlie, you and I. Mrs. Bucket spoken. Wait a minute, Joe. This ticket says to go. Oh, we didn't even get to the reveal yet. This ticket. He was still laying in bed during that number. To go on the tour, Charlie has to be accompanied by a responsible adult. Well, there's your fucking first problem, Mrs. Bucket. Responsible adult. You're
has
fucking
laundry to
making
do.
laundry soup all day. Everyone else is bedridden, just fucking pissing themselves, and just the only thing they bring to the table is banter. In this version of the
sadness.
movie, she doesn't have a husband. In the second version, Grandpa Joe spoken. So, question mark, Mrs. Bucket spoken. Well, I can't go with him if I don't turn up for work, and Mrs. Walensky is sure to fire me, and I can't afford to lose my job. Yeah, we've established that. Thanks. What about you, Uncle Joe? Could you get a job maybe, you fucking piece of shit? Grandpa Joe spoken. I'll take him. Mrs. Bucket spoken. But Joe, read that for me, Joe. You can take over. What does that say?
But Joe, you can't walk.
Show that to the camera. It's quoted. You can't walk. What did he say? How does he
Couldn't
respond?
walk. But that was before my call to arms. This is all the miracle
What?
my old legs needed.
Called arms?
Dude, what a
It's
front.
a candy factory. It's not fucking, you gotta do the march of cheers. Like,
They're like, Joe, Miss Walensky fired me, and I think we're gonna go hungry within a week. Can
he's
you
like,
get
"Ah,
a job?
I can't get a job.
You kidding me? My old legs, they need way more than that.
Are you kidding
Joe,
me?
can you take Charlie to the chocolate factory?
Well, of course I can.
This is exactly what my old legs needed.
the miracle.
Oh my god.
I never had a chance to shine, never a happy song to sing, but suddenly half the world is mine. What an amazing thing, 'cause I've got a golden ticket, I've got a golden sun up in my sky. I never thought I'd see the day when I would face the world and say, good morning, look at the sun. I never thought I would be slapping the lap of luxury, 'cause they'd have said it shouldn't be done. So now that's the other grandparents. He says, 'cause they'd have said, and the other grandparents that are still bedridden because they can't use their legs say, it shouldn't be done. And he says, bring me my jacket, but it can be done, and my pants. I never dreamed that I would have climbed over the moon in ecstasy, but nevertheless, in there, I'm sure that it'd be.
What the
Because
fuck?
we've got a
dude?
golden ticket. It's, I'm fucking
What the
angry.
fuck?
You were the one that brought this up. And, I
And
was
now
just like,
you're more angry than I am.
You know what? You really peeled back some shit today, and there should be a whole Netflix documentary.
Yeah,
about it.
dude, talk about cancel culture. Cancel Grandpa Joe.
Fucking cancel that guy. Literally,
What a
dude.
piece of shit.
what
And
a
dude, not
piece
to
of
mention,
shit.
we said this before too, when we did like the pre-recordings back in the day. What was going on with the tickets? Not a single Hispanic kid. Not a single black kid got a ticket.
and
What
also, like,
was up with that?
Why was it only children? Because it was
Yeah.
it was made very clear
Right.
in that movie that several adults were buying
Right.
chocolate bars as
Not
well.
one single adult got it. Not an elderly person.
I know. You got a Nazi in the form of Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop.
Fucking Hitler's great-grandson, Augustus Gloop. You got Violet Beauregard, who's a big old cunt. Big old cunt. Well, she was the cunt?
Yeah.
I don't mean to use that word lightly, but Violet Beauregard, and what was the other one's name? Veronica Salt. No, is that it? Veruca Salt.
Veruca, honey.
Dude, so like that's what is the message? Like
Daddy
little girls
needs
are
more
cunts.
money, Veruca.
Willy Wonka in one sitting offs a neo-Nazi. 2 cunt girls because their dads are rich. No, one's dad's rich and the other dad's a piece of shit because he's a used car salesman. Mm-hmm. Who else? Mike TV. He gets killed, I guess, because he likes television. Is that the thing?
And because he wanted to be in the fucking Western. So like they're like, all right, we'll give you a Western.
It's funny if you go back
Bow.
and listen to the Oompa Loompa songs because they're not even like really breaking down why they were bad people. It was just like Mike TV.
Like they were
he
naughty.
liked TV. Now he is dead. He shouldn't have watched TV so much because now he's dead. It's unreal. It's absolutely. That movie is fucking insane.
What a movie, right?
Yeah, you know, guys,
unpacked
we were not. This was one bullet point on the slide about our topics today, and I'm just fucking really delving
fired
into
up. You're like, we're only gonna have 20 minutes of that.
Have we already talked about Willy Wonka on this podcast? Because I feel like we spoke about it at one point.
Folks,
we have some
we're
interesting news.
Yeah, we're in some serious shit.
The wallet.
So, you know, it's been a crazy few weeks with the wallet. A few weeks ago, they sent us a map of Cuba with like an offensive strategy written down. They sent us broken glass. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
last week,
a handgun, a real handgun, a loaded handgun.
Yep.
And the Twilight New Moon soundtrack
with no CD in it.
CD in it.
But
then this week
we
got an email.
Well, before the email, we were like, we got to do some more research into these guys because something's not right. They sent us our payment for this month again, and this time they sent it with a note that says, "You know what to do," and that's the same thing that they wrote on the picture of the map
of Cuba.
So I did some research.
But here's the weird thing: the fucking return address on the envelope was to
Havana.
Yeah. But the address in Havana that we looked up was a shell corporation owned by the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA.
So now I'm like, whoa, this is nuts. So I start looking into Kenny Krasban. He's the CEO of the Wallet.
Krasban, yeah. CEO
So
of the Wallet.
I look into Kenny Krasban. Went to Harvard. Went to Yale. Went to NYU. Like he went to like 5 different colleges.
And he was studying a different thing at each school.
But he is currently based in Cuba, and then
this is the creator and founder CEO of the Wallet. The wallet for your wallet. This is still technically an ad because they're still paying us.
Even crazier, I find an article from the Havana Daily. He was found in an alleyway, unconscious. They brought him to the hospital. He had overdosed on drugs. He's in critical condition. So I start scratching my head. I put on my tinfoil hat, and I say to Matt, put the pieces together. They give us a map of Cuba with a military offensive strategy. They tell us you know what to do. They send us a fully loaded handgun. The Twilight CD, I still don't know what that involves.
Maybe.
But what I think what I think they're getting at here is the CIA. I think what they're getting at here is they want us to attempt an assassination on Kenny Krasban.
They want us to assassinate Kenny Krasban. Your theory is this. They want us to assassinate CEO, founder of the Wallet, the wallet for your wallet. They want us to assassinate the CEO in Cuba through some type of highly secretive military offensive.
Yeah.
But we're getting correspondence with the CIA.
Yeah.
Through the wallet.
Yep.
So you're thinking that Kenny Krasban, founder and creator of the wallet, the wallet for your wallet, is a CIA. He's a CIA operative.
Yep.
And the company was a shell corporation for the CIA, a slush fund probably.
And dude,
and
why?
You think he's gone rogue?
Yeah, because why would Shell want to get involved? Kenny Krasban is the leading innovator for renewable energy sources. He has big stakes. He's worked along with Elon Musk at Tesla. He's done a bunch of things with solar panels.
When he was at Harvard, he was working in virology.
Yes, and people know that everyone knows this. You should know it. He did have ties to the Wuhan Institute in Wuhan, China.
So, but when we received all these packages from the wallet, you think that's coming direct source from Langley, from CIA?
Yeah.
through the Wallet Shell Corporation as a bit of a border
Yeah.
to tell us, the host of the Good Crack podcast,
Mm-hmm.
to assassinate the CEO of this CIA shell company.
Yeah, because they have such a stake in non-renewable sources of energy, such as coal, gas, etc., oil.
Do you think we're allowed to be talking about this?
Folks, the wallet is a wallet for your wallet. Today,
Don't you hate when you lose your wallet
Yeah.
or your wallet gets cold?
Yeah, warm her up like a hot bun.
The wallet for your wallet.
You're gonna go to www.thewalletwallet.com/crack, and you're gonna use the code. What was it again? Get well soon, Kenny. Or Kenny, get well soon.
It was
or
like,
was it Ragtime Ricky?
get
think I'm
well
mixing it
soon, Kenny, but like it's all in quotes.
Yeah, get well soon, Kenny. Like,
Yeah,
It's
like,
like-
yeah, well.
dude, they reached out to Trump, and he said, "I wish him well." That's what he said. Same thing he said about Ghislaine Mac.
We just
Yeah, so the
actually,
walletwallet.com.
you know what? The wallet.com is wallet for your wallet, and we just figured out that actually none of what we just said was true.
No, yeah, that's not true.
Do not listen to anything we just said. There is absolutely no relation to the CIA, to the Wallet Incorporated, or Kenny Krasban, the founder of the Wallet. The CIA and them have never even met. Go to the wallet.com.
The wallet is donating 100% of proceeds to jungle children. Buy today, and you can help a jungle child.
Yep. That's it.
That's it, guys.
At one point, didn't we talk about how like Timothy Chalamet was doing the remake, or was that on the pre-pods?
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't know.
If we've already somehow gone after Grandpa Joe on this show, we're sorry.
Yeah, but it's only right.
It is only
Never
right.
forget.
I won't forget. It's actually made me. That whole movie is fucking insane. Who else did they murder? Augustus Gloop gets murdered because he's a fat Nazi. Veruca Salt's a dumb bitch, and she gets murdered by squirrels or something. Or
Yeah.
the golden geese. No,
The geese eggs.
yeah, she falls
eats
down
the
the
eggs.
goose trap.
Yeah.
Veruca, what's the big one? Violet Beauregard turns into a blueberry and explodes.
Yeah. Well,
Mike
which
TV.
I'm not against. I wasn't against that.
Yeah, Mike TV gets turned into a person that big because he goes into a TV machine.
He probably got the best one of all.
No, because if you listen, Willy Wonka says send him, and he gets out his little flute. And the fucking, you talk about that's fucked up. He calls his fucking
can't
workers that are a bunch of deformed midgets
With the
or
flute,
little people,
like
I
they're
should say.
dogs.
Yeah, like a flute. And they
I
say,
can't even.
his exact quote is, "Take him to the taffy puller. We'll stretch him out." So they're taking little Mike TV and they're gonna put him in a machine that, if you've ever seen a taffy puller,
Yeah.
it's gonna rip him to shreds. It's not how the human
so
body
we didn't
works.
get it at all.
I like how in the second movie they show that every kid lived, and in the first one they're like, no, they're dead. Like they're all fucked.
They're no longer with us.
Was that it? Was that the 5 kids? I feel like we're forgetting someone. Mike TV, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, Augustus Gloop, and Charlie Bucket.
Yeah,
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Bucket, maybe we talked about this. His ending's great because
I think we talked about this just off the podcast.
I
just
love
you
it.
and
It's
I.
my favorite joke where it's like he's fine the whole time, really a good kid. Grandpa Joe, obviously he's a piece of shit, but in
Mhm.
terms of
Acts like a good guy.
keeping company, he's fine.
Gets Charlie into fucking trouble with the soda.
Yeah,
and
the only
burping.
thing they do wrong is fizzy lifting drink, which
Fucking
isn't a big
Grandpa
deal.
Joe.
But fucking once again, what is the fucking message of this movie? They get to the end and he's like, they're all the other kids are dead, and Willy Wonka's like, well, you have a good one, and they're like, oh, but what about like the prize or whatever? He's like, prize? I'll never forget this line. He's like, prize? You stole fizzy lifting drink. He flips out on them, and then he goes, good day, sir. And they're like, but he's like, I said good day, sir. Am I peeking? Good day, sir.
Only a tiny bit.
Good.
Nothing we can't fix with
Yeah.
movie magic.
And then once again, on top of that, Charlie's like, all right. Oh, I guess it does make sense. I think he hands back the everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah, and he's like, well, here. This is
yeah,
yours.
fucking
He
horrible.
almost was going to give it to Slugworth.
Yeah,
dude.
that
he
was
was
the
very
whole thing.
close.
And then Willy Wonka's like, you passed the test, you and then gets him in a fucking floating elevator and
And they
says,
went to the moon. That was like a whole SpaceX thing.
It was almost the same ending as Grease because they just float into space and you're like, well, where are they going? And he's like, by the way, this whole chocolate factory is yours now. Once again, what is the message of that film? What would a small child know how to run a logistical operation of an entire factory?
With Oompa Loompas
That
that are
place
going to revolt the
would
moment
be
they
in
have.
fucking disarray in a week. You're telling me a fucking 9-year-old or whoever Charlie Bucket's supposed to be is going to run a fucking factory? Oh, yeah, Jim, where's the trucks today? Oh, you forgot to fucking order them, Charlie, because you're 9. Idiot. Willy Wonka's a fucking moron now that I think about it. Everyone involved in that. Every kid. Charlie, I guess.
How did they greenlight this thing?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't even like the real children's book was like written while Roald Dahl was like on one of his anti-Semitic acid trips, and it's more about like acid or something. Like there's more
Imagine being
dying.
in the board meeting for that when they're like doing read-throughs. You like after everything you just said, you would pull away and be like, I don't get it. And they're like, everyone's like, this is amazing. They'd be like, what?
Yeah, but even if
This
you watch
fucking sucks.
any movie from the 70s, you're like, what the fuck was going on back then? Like, I think everyone must have just been out of their fucking mind. I guess everyone was just on drugs. That has to be it, right?
Yeah, definitely has something to do with it a little bit.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, you watch the fucking scene in, like, the tunnel on the boat in the Chocolate River, and they're just, like, projecting dead corpses into a children's movie.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking some producer's like, this is fucking great.
It's art house cinema.
Yeah.
Well,
Charlie,
dude,
Willy Wonka. Go and watch it.
imagine
though,
working
folks.
at.
It's a great movie.
Imagine working there.
Yeah.
That's a good bullshit job.
Listen, dude. I got my own job to worry about right now. All my friends, I it sounds like a pretentious thing to say, but like, I'm 23. You're what? Just turned 25. Wow.
Yeah.
Olden. He's an olden now.
Halfway through the 20s.
He would get kicked off of Peter Pan's Island at this point.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
Well,
What
student
is
health
with us
insurance,
diving
tears.
into children's stories lately?
I don't know. I think we have a lot of traumas
Well,
to
we're
unpack.
obviously clearly nostalgic. But yeah, I'm 23 now. All my friends are finally kind of finished with college and getting real jobs. And it's just crazy to see like what people's, jobs are. Like, people that I'm not friends with, you see their lives on social media and you're like, oh, didn't you go to school for sports science? But now you're like a fucking, insurance salesman. Once again, I hate to keep chirping on it, but like a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Everyone I know is a real estate agent. No disrespect to real estate agents, but
I'm a commercial real estate agent.
well, we know that. We've heard the deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know how people are where it's like you see people project a certain sense. You know what I mean? Like anytime someone, once again, we probably talked about this too. Anytime someone talks about their job on social media, they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares that much about real estate. No one cares that much about mortgages. No one cares that much about sales. No one cares that much about dealing cars. No one cares that much about anything. What you're trying to do is, and I swear to God, I have this whole theory, especially kids our age in our town, in our area. Anything, though, any job. You could even include my job. I don't like to talk about my work in public unless it's something cool. Like, anytime I'm doing something that I'm getting paid for, like film or TV, yeah, that's cool, great. But do I have to know every girl I know that's like a borderline nurse practitioner, but in reality she works at some like fucking elected surgery place, like Botox nurse, and like she posts about it like, with my girl boss, is to like, shut the fuck up. No one cares. But like what it all is, especially for my fellow men, is like you're just trying to get laid. You're just trying to show people like, hey, look at me. I make money now, and
I'm productive.
Like, how many fucking posts have you seen on Facebook, Instagram, like, finally got myself my own car, and it's either a lease or they bought a car, and it's always either something dumb as fuck, like a white Mercedes, or it's like a lease on an Infiniti. And it's like, I'm fucking so proud of myself that I finally achieved this. And you're like, you're proud that you like achieved the ability to afford to spend $200 a month so you could drive a shitty piece of plastic on 4 wheels that does the same thing as every other car. No, you're trying to get laid. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. Am I speaking out of my ass? Am I disrespecting a lot of?
No, I think you're pretty spot on.
And dude,
think
I
for
don't got
people,
anything
it's a
against
hard
it.
pill
Like,
to
it just,
swallow.
you know, it is what it is. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
The same kid that we know in high school that like would fake fake injuries and like fender benders is now like apparently the top class insurance salesman marketing guru. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's what happens, dude. You get that car accident, you get that settlement, and all of a sudden your portfolio did amazing last year.
Yeah.
Or like 6 months ago, whenever the settlement was done.
I like, dude, here's another relatable thing. How often do you see some fucking jerk off from middle school you haven't talked to in 10 years? And it's just some story on Instagram, and it's like, I'm just thinking today, like they're talking like they're a prolific person that people are going to listen to speak. Like, I was just thinking today, goals shouldn't be called goals. They should be called future achievements. Because if you don't plan on achieving them, then you shouldn't call them goals. Or you shouldn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Just a little food for thought. Like, this is some 24-year-old that's been, dealing fucking used cars for a year and has sold 4 of them and made his $2,000 commission on his $38,000 salary. And you know what I mean? It's like, great, dude. You fucking did it. You cracked the code. You are the guru. You are the fucking business lord.
It would literally be like us coming on.
You ever
here.
see that, or am I out of my mind? Like you always see like a middle school
yeah.
kid just like thinking, just giving their advice, their 2 cents.
Here, I'll read you a tweet real quick that I sent you last night. That's great.
Oh yeah. This isn't anyone we know though, but it's still great because whoever wrote it is a fucking idiot.
All right. Oh, that's Hezbollah. All right, ready? Side hustle king. Would you rather get paid $1 million right now or $50 every month for the rest of your life? I'll take option B. That's what passive income is. Find a way to make passive income. It'll change your life. 3,800 likes.
Like, I hope that was a joke.
Yeah, I know. I was
can't
talking
tell
about
if
that
that's
with my
comedy
friend,
or
and
not.
I was just like, I really hope he's a comedian.
You know what it is? It's always the kids that are so fucking stupid and had nothing ever special about them. And then they're like, all right, so at least the least thing I could do is like try to make money,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then they also want to appear intelligent while doing that. So they like find these terms and just start clinging on to them, like passive income,
Mm-hmm.
commercial real estate,
Portfolio. Yeah.
EFIs,
Yeah.
liquid investments.
Here's another good one. My portfolio is down $1,600 today, but I'm not worried. Once I get everything transferred to M1, I'm going to borrow $2,000 against my portfolio and dump it into crypto.
Like, who is that for? Who are you trying to tell that to? Like, you're trying
Residual income is a real life hack. Get some and you'll see what I mean. And then someone replied to that, say it louder for the kids in the back.
Jesus Christ. Let me explain it. Let me explain my theory. Folks. You might have dreams. You might have aspirations. You might actually be someone that's passionate about something. You might actually be passionate about being a nurse. You might actually, I don't know how, but you might actually be passionate about sales or business, right? So your passions lead to things, goals, right? You say, you know what? My goal in life is to have a fucking huge mansion home, a boat that I could take out every summer, a vacation home in Florida, a vacation home down the shore, a ski lodge for the winter. I want to do that all before I'm 30, right? And if you really break that down psychologically, it's like, all right, why do I have the boat? Because boats are cool. I like being on the ocean. And, I could bring people on the boat. Who could I bring on the boat? I don't know, friends. Hey, which friends could I bring on the boat? I don't know, maybe one of them is a woman. Great. Hey, maybe this is one of those women I want to bang and she'll think I'm really attractive because I could afford a boat. Boom. That's why you got the boat. Hey, I really love this Versace suit. I'm going to spend $800 on it even though I can get just a fine one for $150. Why do I like the Versace suit? Because it's made from fine Italian material and is a really unique style. Why do I really like the Versace suit? It looks good on me. Why do I really, really like the Versace suit? Because Versace is a brand name that people think equates to money. Why do I want a brand name that people think equates to money? Because girls then will think I have money. Why do I want girls to think I have money? Because then I can get laid.
And
What
then,
else? Am I
what does
missing
that
things?
give you a one-way ticket to? A tremendously failed marriage. That's what a great
Dude, marriages are great because
fairy tale ending to
I
that.
have so many friends that are going to like engagement parties lately for obviously older friends and family in our sphere, and they're like missing like plans that we have to go do that, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like these people, I know who they are. They're gonna be divorced within the next 5 years anyway,
Folks,
like, we're proud. We're just so proud
we're very proud.
to bring you a message from Third Horn Investments founder and CEO, Jim Bloom.
They requested that we make it calming and relaxing like this photo. Think of all the money you can make.
I don't know if you remember, but a couple weeks ago, Jim was accused of some pretty heinous things.
Yeah, we're not going to bring up what exactly they were.
He got out on bail, and he's doing really well now. And he's found that mindfulness and therapy, meditation and yoga is the way to be leading a happier life.
He even did some ayahuasca as well, he said.
And the thing that helps all of that more is investing while you're doing it. And who better to invest with than Third Horn Investments, the leading name in investments in America and the continental United States.
Jim Bloom always says, listen, man, the goal isn't more money. The goal is living your life on your terms. And
Jim
if
Bloom.
you get told something like that, why would you not throw all your dollars at it?
Third Horn Investments, it's a cutting-edge, multifaceted investment firm made up of highly motivated clients and investors, founded by Jim, quotation mark, Jimmy, unquotation mark, Bloom.
And right now, Third Horn Investments is offering you, the Good Crack Podcast, the Good Crack Podcast listener. Go to www.thirdhorninvestments.com/crack and use promo code GOODCRACK for a $50,000 investment match when you invest with Third Horn Investments.
I would love to just go off script a little bit here and talk about my experience with Jim. When I was 8 years old, I didn't know Jim, but he was a friend of the family. And Jim came to my school play, and I was playing the little sailor boy in the play Sailor Boy Jimmy.
Yeah, he was.
And right before I had to go out and sing my title song, you know, the one at the very end of the play where Sailor Boy's Jimmy, he finds out his parents died in the shipwreck, and he's alone on the island on top of the lighthouse, and he says,
such a powerful scene.
he sings, I'm just a boy, I'm just a sailor boy, alone in this world, no one to save me.
Why are you standing where you should not?
Why are you all alone?
You are going to have a hard time.
Thank you, fairy godmother. So that's how that goes.
Yep.
And right before I go out to do that song, I'm super nervous. I'm 8 years old, and this guy emerges from the back door, and he said, Matt, what did he say? You were there, Joe. Matt, I know what you're about to do, and I know it's a really pivotal and important part of this play, and it's going great so far, but I want you to know something. The goal isn't more money. The goal is living
your
life
life
on your terms. Jim Bloom.
Folks, tell them we sent you, the Good Crack Boys.
Have a good one. Like there's nothing worse than when I see someone we know our age, and it's always the dumbest fucking people. It's never been someone that I'm like, wow, that person's intelligent. But the people our age getting engaged right now with their ugly ass fucking big-eared military boyfriend they met at college in Louisiana are the dumbest fucking people in the world. And I really say this from the bottom of my heart. Actually, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I'll say it kindly, though. I don't think you should exist anymore. I feel like you should stop being, not that you should die, but like maybe the world would be better if you and your fiance ceased to exist on this planet. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think you're going to do? You get engaged. All right. So you guys met in college. You weren't cool in high school. Clearly, great. You met at some shitty school out in Mississippi or God knows where all these fucking idiots go. He was some fucking loser that was on like the AAA baseball team, or he was JROTC or something. He was the first person you were the first person he's had sex with. You were maybe the second or third guy, whatever. You've had sex with a couple of guys.
Yeah.
You get engaged. You've been doing it for 3 to 4 years, so you think to yourselves, why not? I'll be with this person forever. He just got a job as a used car salesman. I'm going to go be a nurse practitioner for this tattoo parlor. We can afford to live with that.
Yeah. Reasonable.
Your family's got to shell out thousands and thousands of dollars for your shitty fucking wedding. Maybe some of them are rich and have class and will do that in a nice place with an open bar and some lobster crab cakes and all that shit. Probably most of them aren't, and you're going to do it at a shitty dining hall that's been there since 75. You're going to have a shitty DJ playing fucking celebrate good times, come on. So you and your ugly ass mother could dance together with your great aunt Stacy, who's fucking a champagne glass away from death. And the groom's ugly ass father has some fucking weird mole or growth on his face, and he's getting after it too. That's what the reality you're looking at. And no matter what, if it's $100,000 wedding or a $10,000 wedding, money is being spent for you and your fucking loser husband or wife to marry each other, live God knows where for, maybe with your parents still at 22, 23 for a year or two. Maybe move out to a condo or apartment that you're going to be spending half of your paychecks on. And it's going to be shitty and gross regardless.
Yeah. Or
so
maybe they'll go down
like
south. And
go
get
south.
the mansion. So
Great.
They really feel like they're crushing it.
Go down south and get fucking kicked in the face by a horse. Because once again, I'm not going to say anything in particular, but I think you should cease to exist and stop breathing the same air as me. All for what? So that you guys could realize after 5 years you don't like each other and then get divorced?
Yeah.
Or maybe worse, maybe you get in a van with each other and decide to drive
And you guys are like, let's vlog our journey across country.
Let's vlog across country.
And then you get to this one state park and you're like, wow, this is great. But then the guy, he's thinking something else. He's like,
saying,
this isn't great. This hasn't been great for a long time.
This isn't working out.
This wasn't great until I left to get deployed when this all began. That's when it was the greatest.
This was great when you were the first person I had sex with and we didn't know anyone on a college campus because we didn't know how to socialize because our parents didn't raise us right.
And then
we
he
weren't
says,
cool in high school.
And then he says, yeah, so it's not great. But I'll tell you this, we're going to vlog today, all right. We're going to vlog a killer episode.
This is going to be our best episode yet. It's going to be a murder of an episode. So yeah,
We're going to murder the ratings,
that's
brother.
just a warning to our friends our own age that are thinking about getting engaged to their fucking loser significant others. Don't, because there's no good outcome. Here's the 3 outcomes once again. First outcome, shitty wedding, you guys get divorced in 5 years. Second outcome, you get in a van because you think you can make money influencing, and your significant other kills you somewhere in a national park, and they find your remains 7 days later. Third option, you guys do all right. You get decent jobs. You move out to that condo. You go to mom's house for Christmas and say how much you enjoy married life. Mm-hmm. Your friends stop hanging out with you, but who cares? You have each other. You have a kid in 5 years. You're 27 with a kid, but you know what? Who cares? We're doing it together, hon. You turn 40. You're still together. You're fucking, buy a full house together. You have 3 little kids running around. They're starting school. You're taking pictures. You turn 60. The kids are graduating high school. Some of them are going off to college. Some of them are graduating college. The kids are out of the house now. You have some free time. You start traveling a bit more. You don't have much money, so you can't do anything crazy. You're not going to Europe. You're not going to Italy. You're going to the Poconos for the weekend, maybe. Maybe you're going to fucking Florida at best. Then you turn 80. The kids are growing up. They're doing their own thing now. They're fucking having a good time.
The trips to West Palm turn into moving to West Palm.
And guess what? You move to West Palm. The husband golfs a lot. The wife does God knows what. And you know what? You turn 90. One of you dies. A month later, the second one dies. And guess what? Did that sound like it worked out good? Does that sound like that was the best option of the 3? Wrong. You would be dead fucking wrong. Because you know what I just heard when I explained that whole thing? A miserable, uninteresting life, all because you and this fucking loser decided to get married at 23 and had to fucking settle down with the most boring life. And you might say, hey, I like a boring life. Fuck you. I've been to Italy. I've been to Budapest, Hungary. I'm 23. You know what I've done at 22 because I'm not married? 23. I've traveled the world. I've had sex with women 3 times my age at least.
Maybe even 4.
I'm not even gloating about that. I'm just saying it's a pretty crazy thing to fucking do.
Yeah.
I've tried the drugs. I've tried the alcohol. I've been to brothels. I've been masturbated off by a stripper. I've done this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was in Ireland.
Yeah.
I was in London. As I said, I was in Buda and Pest. They're 2 different places. People don't know that because you're married at 22 and you've never left wherever you're from.
Tri-state area.
Tri-state.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, folks, I would rather get killed in a van by my significant other than live a long, happy life with a wife that I married at 22. Hey, listen, you meet a girl late 20s, 27, you guys get married by 30. All power to you. That's how you do it. We're the fucking Gen H or whatever Gen Z generation.
Yeah, Gen Z.
We do things differently, and it's probably the right way because we've had some tester trials. If you get married at 22, like I said, maybe just try to cease to exist.
Or just start vlogging.
Or start vlogging with multiple vloggers.
Yep.
Sorry, that was my rant. I'm very passionate today. I thought I was
That
ready
was
to
good.
go to bed.
I
It's
enjoyed
late.
it.
It's midnight. I was like, fuck, now we got to go do a podcast after this comedy show, but
It woke you up. Maybe it
woke
was
me
the
up.
burger.
it was the burger.
I feel like I've been eating the whole episode. It's just like if you're watching me, it's like unlimited fries and chicken nuggets.
Can I have a fry again?
Mm-hmm.
Do a little fry ASMR?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Incredible.
Well, hey, folks. Same shit as always.
I'm sorry. Before we go any further, do you have any input on that thing I just said?
No, you know what?
Because you probably more so than myself know a lot of people. I know like 2 or 3 kids my age that have gotten engaged. You probably know at least like 5 or 6, 7 or 8.
Yeah, definitely. And every time I see it, I just do the same thing. I say, well,
Thank God.
I'm like, thank
That's
God.
not me.
Yeah, seriously. I wasn't joking that one time at Rockefeller Center when the
That was
people
great.
they were proposing, and I said, thank God that's not me. I stand by that.
Joey and I made a short film in college our freshman year once, and we were just shooting around the city, and we went to Rockefeller Center
During Christmas time, too.
during Christmas time, and
Mhm.
the film was about Joey's girlfriend breaking up with him, and he was so excited about it because he hated her. So I had him. It's like the movie's about him post breakup, like enjoying his life again. And we were just walking around Rockefeller Center, and there was a real couple getting engaged.
Yeah,
And
for
everyone's
real.
like, yeah! In a
Mhm.
circle around them, strangers taking videos, pictures. And I said, Joey, get in there right now and we'll get footage of you saying, thank God that's not fucking me, man. And I had to get it right. You know, we're making a movie, so I
Mhm.
needed to do it at least a couple of times. So Joey's just standing in a circle with all these people going, thank God that's not fucking me, man. And people like are next to him like, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
they're just
dude?
like, what are you doing, dude? And then they see it's for the content.
They're like, oh,
just
I get it.
influencers in the wild, no problem.
I get it. You're a movie star.
Yeah, you make the Hollywood film pictures.
Oh, you make them moving picture films, not like the one in my head movies, but in the real life one.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on that time.
I feel like this was a pretty raw episode.
Yeah, pretty raw one.
Good.
Yeah.
I guess
This
gotta
might
get
be your
used to that.
full-time job next week.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm kidding. Good jokes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but Good Crack Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. At this point, just thanks for sticking around. That's really it.
Yeah. We've been really getting into the stand-up game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Come out and support us at the Bronx River Yacht Club Mondays and Wednesdays. We're going to be
Mhm.
starting doing other spots as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of our new friendly comic friends like Franklin Miller, Ryan O'Toole.
Yeah, we got to get him on here.
We got to get a lot of people on. Oh, we will. I guess could we announce that we will have
Yeah.
our first guest?
Next episode we'll be having our first guest. We're gonna have Brett Raybould on, stand up in New York. he's actually the first publicly traded comedian. And by that, I mean that he has his own native cryptocurrency, in which if you buy his cryptocurrency, you're investing in his career as a comedian. No comedian has done that yet. So he's going to be coming on here next week to talk with us. He's got a podcast on Gas Digital Network, Just the Plugs. And he's good friends with Lisa Ann. He just did Lisa Ann's podcast.
Lisa Ann's podcast.
So yeah, we're eager to
fucking talk to this guy.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. You know, shoot some good crack. I hope I don't shit crack.
Yeah, you don't
That could be
do that.
profitable though. But yeah, guys, that's fucking it. McDonald's was great.
Did you fuck my wife?
After this McDonald's, I had to.
Smoke him if you got him, folks.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.